As I told you before, I passionately adored the movie.
Yay!
And really, like, from the two kinds of people who didn't understand what's happening and the ones who were eating it, I felt like I'm somewhere in the middle, because I understand that it's a little bit kind of sarcastic with these kind of movies. It's like a bit of a Gone with the Wind parody. What do you feel about this?
I think it is, but I also think it's done with love.
Yeah.
So there is that side of it, but he's not mocking it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's very much doing it because he loves those films. Mm-hmm. But it is with a very, very ironic twist.
Francois Ozons is very famous of doing this with movies, because the 8 Women is also something which is not really classic musical, but sometimes you just don't get it if you don't have a sense of humor. How did you like the previous Ozons movies?
Oh, they're so, I mean, what I love about him is they are so varied. I mean, well, the funny thing, you should say that 8 Women, I was a bit like that when I first saw it. I was a bit, well, I don't really know about this. And then I watched it again and I went, actually, it's just, he's having fun with it. He's really playing. But then, you know, totally opposite is Swimming Pool. I adored Swimming Pool. I thought Charlotte Rampling in it was just, I mean, she was just amazing. But I mean, Chalk and Cheese, you know, that's a very, very intimate, very sort of character-driven versus this sort of popcorn fairy tale, you know, as you say, musical. And I just love the fact that he can jump and play with these genres in this way, and always with lots of really cool women in it, which is great.
I read somewhere that in the book Nora was actually an ugly woman, and Francois Ozons said in an interview that like he didn't want Nora to be ugly, and now that I meet you, you're really a beautiful woman, and he still like made you a little bit more gray. Actually, I have to tell you, I didn't think that you were such a colorful and beautiful
I tell
woman.
you, the costumes I had to wear for that film were such a torture. It was brown and grey and brown and a little bit of maybe mauve and then brown. But when he said to me one thing, is, you know, I was sort of like, kind of went, well, why did you choose me? And he went, you don't mind being ugly. And I go, thank you. Thank you so much. It's because of my wonderful acting talent. No, it's because I don't mind being ugly.
One more thing about the differences between the book and the movie. I read somewhere that in the book, Nora doesn't tell Angel that Esme is cheating on her.
Yeah, that was a decision that Francois made for the film. There was a lot of hesitation. Are we going to do that? Aren't we going to do that? And just decided it was more interesting dramatically.
Mm-hmm. Which would be your choice in a situation like this? Would you tell it to a friend, not just a friend, like she's a kind of love, and the other one is your brother?
I mean, it would have to, in a situation like that where she's found something that incriminates it. That's really hard question. I suspect if he was dead, I would probably keep up the fantasy. But then Angel was such a bitch. So, you know, if it was a really good friend who was a nice person, you can't know. You know, that's such an awful, awful situation to be in. Yeah, and then but then if someone is loving you and they're pleading to you for the truth, you know, can you deny them that? Ugh. God, I just hope, touching wood, I am never, ever in a situation that's anything like that.
So moving over from Angel, what are you doing these days? What is the next big plan?
The next big plan is having a baby.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Congratulations, that's great. When?
Probably, I think it's going to be around November.
That's perfect.
So that'll take up a bit of time. And I filmed in January. I had a tiny role on Terry Gilliam's next film, but that won't be out, I wouldn't think, until 2009, 2010, because there's going to be a lot of post-production on that. which was an amazing experience because he's a fabulous director. And I mean, it was, someone actually asked me last night, they said, what are your best experiences professionally? And I said, yeah, I was actually working with Ozons and working with Terry Gilliam.